It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Drake May. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Seahawks and the 49ers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, you're...
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Barnett, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Well, he's picking up where he left off last week, a tackle for loss there, and remember, coming off the end a week ago, 4 of them.
And I like how you said picking up, because that means he's probably using his hands really well. I know people don't think about it a whole lot. He's got to use those to control the people trying to block him, shed them, and get to the ball carrier in the offensive backfield.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air, May. He finds his man, complete. That's Greer. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing here is May. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Looking to throw, May. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Well, chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll throw with May. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And they're going to speed things up here. Going to give to Greer here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Here we go on 4th down. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run on first down. It's Barnett, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Steele. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'll be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. The Seahawks offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. To throw, it's May. He finds his man, complete. It's Lucas. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there at 22.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's May. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. And we are ready to rock. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Steele able to hit his target, Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 1st down, Barnett. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run the counter. It's Barnett. Powerful running. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been perfect through the air, 9 of 9 so far, including that touchdown on the last drive. As his guys start again, 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got it, ready?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle.
Touchdown! A great play there. With his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot, start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up
inside the 20.
And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact.
He ends up forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. The 49ers now going to use the... timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Set. Go.
Operating from the gun. Steele.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. Set. Alert. Alert.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Steele. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down. Steele over the middle. It's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seahawks offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to...
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of this 3rd quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lucas. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Now 2nd and 3.
Set up. Ready.
They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Seahawks. From 6 yards away.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go. Let go.
Throwing to start the drive. Steele.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Set. Set go.
Up the middle they go. It's Barnett. This up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll run on first down. Barnett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw. Steele. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort from the 41. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Steele. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 2nd and 3. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week to try and take a...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
CeeDee Lamb
with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Set it.
To the air, May. Over the middle, Harrison.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here we go. Viking 18. Ready, ready.
Throwing here is May.
He finds his man complete. It's Lucas. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter.
2 yards to go, second down.
Set. Ready.
Looking to throw, May.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On play action, May.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 54 yards.
And the Seahawks are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Come on. Set. Put.
Throwing to start the drive. Steele. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Second down and 4.
Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw. Steele. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Second and 10.
Go.
Operating from the gun. Steele.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Steele. He finds his man. Complete. It's Barnett. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw with May.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Greer. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
From the shotgun, May with it. And that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
To throw, it's May.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Niners are right back in this football game.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. From the gun on 3rd down. Steele.
That is caught.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And his throw here is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Back to throw again. He finds his man. Complete. It's Barnett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 10.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Lion. Ready. Check go.
Here's May.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning.
Go.
2nd and 5. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to be intercepted.
Still on his feet.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Steele.
CeeDee Lamb.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
CeeDee Lamb.
With career touchdown number 128, he's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list.
And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts. But even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back.
Let's go now.
They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They go play action now. May.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So now the Niners down by 10. A minute 24 to go. A fourth straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. Steele. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looking to throw. Steele. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Go. Ready.
From the gun on third down, Steele. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Are going to take possession here at their own 33. Here's first and 10.
Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Seahawks call the second of their three timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Here's first down.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Steele.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Here we go. Check go.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead.
Free kick out of
and
bounds.
the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty.
Got it. Ready?
This is 1st and 10.
Set. Ready? Hut, hut.
Back to throw. Steele. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think